a new friend and a dear friend, a freedom fighter, Aneel. And Aneel has joined today to stand for freedom among his fellow Albertans. And he founded the Sikh Freedom Alliance of Alberta, which is under the umbrella of the Canada Sikh Freedom Alliance. Woo! He and his fellow freedom fighter brother and sisters started something else called We Will Free Canada. As a public, We Will Free Canada? We Will Be Free. I forgot the B. Dang. We Will Be Free Canada, and it's a public YouTube and Telegram channels to bring a voice to many who have lost so much during the COVID mandates. He was fired in November by TransX Limited, I believe that's correct, yeah, for refusing to comply with the jab mandates. And since then, he's been traveling across Alberta, speaking out, encouraging people, supporting truckers, and doing all he can to help in the fight against unlawful, unconstitutional, and immoral mandates. Please welcome Aneel.
Thank you. The system will collapse if we refuse to buy what they are selling. Their ideas, their version of history, their wars, their weapons, their notions of inevitability. Remember this, we be many, they be few. They need us more than we need them. Another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. Arundhati Roy. Today is that quiet day. Can you feel it? The quiet before the storm. Quiet because the people have fell back asleep, it seems. They say, why do we protest? We are not protesting. This isn't a civil rights movement anymore, even though it was. It's a human race movement now. It's because we're trying to preserve the last saving bastion of humanity, truth. The Matrix is still pushing ahead with vaccine passports, medical segregation, and discrimination is a violation of our basic human rights. If they violate and destroy that foundation, then we will be treating each other just like animals. Do not let that happen for the sake of all humanity. Defend the principles that our human rights are founded on. Based on. The two principles are participation and inclusion. These have been denied to us since November. The government has lied. They said they lifted vaccine passport requirements, but they just moved the onus over to the companies, and the companies have left the restrictions still in place. The only thing that changed is the lie that we are being told. What is the lie? The government says they want to end poverty. The only way to end poverty for all of us is for all of us to die and be reborn into Justin Trudeau's family, I think. Yeah, really, boo, eh? The other way is to be a voice for the voiceless, and for us to stand up against oppression and make a stand against injustice. Hold the line. Hold the line. Hold the line. Or everybody should be doing what Pastor Art and the Street Church have been doing for years, feeding the homeless on the streets. People would feel better giving it directly to the poor because they are the most vulnerable right now. They need us the most physically and spiritually, because the truth is, this is really about reducing population. The insanity of their decision making is dire. The consequences of their insanity is a disaster for us and humanity if we keep going along with the lies. I am upset at the churches and Gurdwaras for not speaking out against injustice.
None of them.
Why is there not more support for Pastor Pawlowski from the churches? Don't they believe in truth? God? Doing what's right?
No, they don't.
I'm talking to all so-called 501c3 churches.
Right.
Why are you not decrying this injustice? People should be putting pressure on their churches, parishes, places of worship to support Pastor Pawlowski in any way they can and support the truth. In November, I got fired. I was like a lot of people that were suddenly out of work after working their whole lives because they refused to take whatever the hell this thing is into their bodies. Pastor Pavosky didn't just feed the homeless. He fed the hopeless too.
Amen. Hallelujah. Preach it.
Pastor Pavosky, God bless him, fed my spirit with hope for humanity and renewed my faith that there is other people like my sister Misty who will stand up with everything that the world throws against it and still say no.
Amen.
He actually inspired and brought together the heart of the movement for freedom for Alberta. There is a story of how a ragtag group of people that furiously defended truth and disavowed living in lies is turning into a movement which is slowly creeping across Canada. Into the hearts and minds and spirits of those that love God, family, and country. That story is being played out right now. So I encourage you to play that part. Play the card God intends. Don't act for the devil. Because this is a play and God is in control of the real world to come. The biggest problem I see right now is we have a pastor that just feeds homeless people being turned into the longest held political prisoner in Canadian history. Free Pastor Art!
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 Not the economic stock market crash, which is coming. These roundtable groups mean business. They're willing to start wars to kill people to get whatever they want done. How many died during 9/11? All because they wanted a war in Iraq? The plans for the new American century are followed right to the letter. We have to think about what kind of wars they have planned next. Well, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but we can see it's going to be economic. Look at inflation, it's obvious. So the system is collapsing and we have to prepare to survive without a parasitic government. It's like looking at people who are flying off the edge of a roller coaster looking at you like you're crazy. They will keep looking at you like you're crazy until you hit the ground. Until they hit the ground. Those who haven't woken now will only be rudely awakened.
Yeah.
Why isn't Tam or Henshaw showing up in court or for debates? I hear a lot of talk of taking care of people. What about mental and emotional health of people who are suffering from vaccine damage or lost a family member? Lock them up. Yeah, that's what I think. We've all suffered emotional and mental abuse for the last 2 years. You know, the only time I felt better since December was when I was in Coots. I felt like thank you. I felt like it was a gathering occurring. Every time I would turn around in Milk River and Coots, it was like opening a present. I turned around and it was like meeting someone who I knew was my kin, was my family. I just did not know them yet. It was a weird, wonderful, magical experience. I felt like a lot of people that there is a revival coming. It started with one man standing up and saying, no, enough is enough. And it's growing into a movement that will spread across Canada and, God willing, the world. The Solidarity Movement of Canada. I beg you all today and everyone who believes in God, truth, and humankind, let's put as much pressure as we can on these criminal tyrants responsible for keeping Pastor Pavosky in jail. Please don't let this story end with an innocent pastor rotting in jail for standing up against the system, for being a voice for the voiceless, for standing up against injustice. One thing people are wrong about is the world isn't being destroyed by evil people. It's being destroyed by those who watch them and not do anything.
That's right.
That's true.
Free Pastor Art!
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 I just want to leave you guys with one thought, one final thought. It's a hard one too. Some Freedom family and I were having a meeting about starting a support group for vaccine injured people. And a sister of mine who is vaccinated said it's hurtful to her when people say clot shot. And I thought, why would that be hurtful? And she explained, I seen her perspective. And then she said, I took 2 shots and then I woke up. Do you know how frightened I am? I looked into her eyes and I could feel it. My wife and I were talking on the way home, and for the first time, we really had a glimpse into the mind of someone living with that regret. So have patience with these people. That's what it's going to take to fix this, I see now. We have to listen to each other without anger. Then when you see the other person's perspective, and then you can try to come to an understanding. Thank you. Free Pastor Art.
Such a warrior and such a fighter. I know a couple of things that it is not public information that he's been fighting for us behind the scenes that people don't know about, and you can't talk about those things, but I just want to say thank you for all you do. I want to shake your hand. Praise you. And I just wanted to add, you know where the first place that I went to when they released me from jail yesterday? They said, we're going to give you a ride anywhere, because they were afraid of me because I was asking for their information. And they said, where do you want to ride to? I said, drop me off next door at the Remand Center for the Free Pastor Art Rally. So the paddy wagon dropped me off, and Curtis said, hey, what's up, when I got there.
Awesome. I love you, sister. God bless you. Free Pastor Art!